Welcome everybody back to Around the Bloxxx with Mike Knoxxx, and I am your host, Mike Knoxxx. And indeed, it is a pleasure to be here with you this WrestleMania weekend. Why? Because frankly, hashtag stay home. We ain't got shit else to do, guys. Welcome to the show, the pros, the icons, if you will, so to speak, Ayatollahs and rock and rollers all listen to. And that's right here on the BDSIR Radio Networks, the Perfect Plex Talk Radio, that is, brought to you by Fox Sports Radio 96.9 FM and Fox Sports Radio 1340 AM as well. Also partner with thechairshot.com. Hashtag use your head, people. Listen, as always, I am not here alone. I am here with my co-host down below to me right here, the real C. Platt. That's Christopher Platt to you guys on Twitter. What's going on, Chris?
Greetings and salutations, Mr. Knoxxx and everybody out there in internet land. It is an honor, privilege, and pleasure to be here. And for what it's worth, we are on the eve of WrestleMania weekend, the event that allegedly is too big for one night and too dangerous for a studio audience. But here we are.
Here we are. And also join us from Miami, the real Hugo, y'all know his name, Hugo. What's going on, Hugo? Welcome back, brother.
What's going on, Mike? Excited to be here to talk on the eve of WrestleMania, man. Let's get to it.
Listen, a lot of things to discuss, a lot of things to talk about today, and I want to talk about all those things before us, as we do have WrestleMania too big for one night. Let's just be real. That's the moniker, but that's not the case. The case is we are in this pandemic here in the United States. We are not able to be in Tampa as of right now at 10:03. All three of us should be at Wale Mania, along with the rest of the hashtag Belt Kings that are out there. Hope they're tuning in, listening in as well, locked in as well, as we are all locked in as we're supposed to be there today. Well, we're going to have to just deal with it right now the way that it is, Hugo. And I'm going to have to just be lagging right now. We'll fix it. Listen, guys, this will be broadcasting live right here on Facebook.com. It'll be on YouTube later today. And also the podcast where podcasts are sold, which are absolutely free at, well, like I just said, wherever you get your podcast from. So like as I was saying, the pandemic that has plagued America, that has taken away not just the NBA, not just the start of Major League Baseball, not Premier League, not the Olympics, but in my opinion, the biggest event of the year, and that is WrestleMania. My son's first WrestleMania supposed to be this year. He will not be able to be there. So next year, got to spend a lot of money to go out to LA and introducing the silicone sluts, if you will. Well, I have to introduce my son. But tonight, we're going to try to break down this WrestleMania card that will be taking place, if you believe it or not, well, you have to believe it because it's the truth, taking place at the Performance Center. And that's the part that we have to take and, digress, if you will. If we, dial it back, because we're watching Raw. We're watching SmackDown, as we just got finished watching. And I'm going to start with you, Chris. Do you think this is something that the WWE can pull off in the Performance Center? Because I looked at SmackDown tonight, and I just wonder, can they do what they've always been? That's the king of production.
If you would have asked me that question 2 hours ago, I would have responded with a resounding hell no. But after viewing this evening's SmackDown, and I saw, I could see where the production cuts were made, and they actually did enhance the SmackDown viewing experience. Now I'm kind of on the fence. I'm 50-50. They might actually be able to pull this off. Obviously, there's going to be some lagging. Obviously, the fans play a big role in wrestling. It's like a symbiotic relationship between the wrestlers and the fans and everything else. But we'll see, man. We'll see. I'm 50-50 right now. I was hell no earlier. Now I'm 50-50. So shout out to SmackDown.
Okay. Hugo, can they pull this off in the Performance Center?
I'm sure they can. We all know that WrestleMania has been taped already for over a week now. And I'm sure that on post-production and all of that, they'll definitely be able to go ahead and add some special effects and other things into the production. The only thing is that, obviously, if this was going on live, hell no, they wouldn't be able to. Because the crowd is what makes, what brings the event, wild. It brings the people up and all of that. So after production, I would say yes. If it would have been live, hell no. Absolutely not.
As you just alluded to, we do know that they have brought, taped a lot of WrestleMania. I do think some of it will be live, depending on what that we will, have to see. But it has been taped, and that's where some things are alarming. Let's just go with the headline news. And the headline news tells us that 24 hours ago, WWE Twitter sent out a tweet that stated that Goldberg versus Roman Reigns, because of Roman Reigns publicly coming out saying he's not going to be part of WrestleMania, stepping back because of the COVID-19, the pandemic we have here in America, will not be in the main event match. And then from there, the winner of Elias versus Corbin, King Corbin, if you will, so to speak, will be the winner of that match, will get the title shot. Now it's coming out, Hugo, that you read on WWE Twitter page that it will now automatically just be Braun Strowman. So with that being said, things are changing in this WrestleMania, but I gotta take a little note from what John Horatio Rodriguez Cena, as Michael would say, that's Emmy Richmond on the Twitter, would say. This will be, and we talked about this as well on Tuesday as well, Chris, the most talked about, the most viewed WrestleMania probably of all time, because we are stuck in the house. We are in this pandemic of America. Is that a big deal? Because, let's just get out there. We all said that WrestleMania should be canceled, right? But it's not canceled. The show is still going on. I'm not too upset with that still when I knew Roman was out. I don't really care who takes on Goldberg at this point, but it's still going to be there. They're saying it's going to be Strowman now. It's 24 hours ago, but something different, Hugo. What's your take on how they just plugged in Braun Strowman?
I mean, after reading what I just read on the Twitter page, it was kind of like, it didn't have anything behind it. I know that 24 hours ago, and I think the tweet that you mentioned about the whole King Corbin and Elias was on Wednesday. Today is Friday.
Okay.
Yesterday, their official preview did have a segment where it was going to be Roman Reigns and Goldberg one-on-one in the middle of the ring, which would have obviously alluded to Braun Strowman replacing Roman Reigns based on the fact that Roman, didn't feel comfortable working WrestleMania due to the coronavirus. It just has no feel to it. I'm not excited about, I shouldn't say that. I'm excited about WrestleMania because it is WrestleMania at the end of the day. However, the way that they did the way that they handled the whole Goldberg, Braun Strowman now being in the main event, just on Twitter, it just feels, you know what I mean? Like the one thing that they could have done, and we were talking about this off air, is tomorrow they could have done some sort of angle about it. Keep everyone on, thinking that it was still going to be Roman Reigns versus Goldberg, and then tomorrow you could have had perhaps airing on the WWE Network the whole thing with Braun Strowman is going to be the contender for Goldberg's title. So other than that, besides that, I am excited, even though it's been taped. We already know. Luckily, nothing has been spilled over. Nothing has been spoiled. So I think we're going to be due for a good card. The only thing is that what I'm wondering about is how post-production is going to be for this WrestleMania. Hopefully, it'll blow us out of the water, man. But I'm excited for tomorrow, man. There's nothing to watch. There's no sports. There's nothing. What else can we do? Just watch some good old wrestling.
Just watch some good old wrestling. Chris, your take on how they just plugged in Mr. Braun Strowman there. And I like what the New Day said today also, just to intercede a little bit. You know what I'm saying? This isn't the typical WrestleMania. There's not 80,000, 100,000 there. But it's still WrestleMania. And right. I'm that fan that's going to say, you know what? Like I said on Tuesday when we did the show, it's nothing else to do. So I'm going to suspend the disbelief of myself of knowing what's going on in the world. And I'm going to dive into WrestleMania. And I just hope it's a good program, Chris.
Well, first and foremost, I do have to say, excuse me, bitch, where's you when I was walking? Now I'm in the game, got the whole world talking King Corbin. Everybody want to cut the legs off Corbin. Black man taking no losses. Oh, yeah. I just had to get that out.
That's fine. I love King Corbin. Go ahead. Rock out with your cock out. Well, not right now. Do that shit later.
Nah, not on Facebook.
Okay.
Maybe only fans. But
okay. No, only for Amber. Only for Amber. Amber.
Yeah.
Only for her. But your take, though, with them plugging him in that way.
Mike, I'm wondering if a lot of the plugins that they've been doing, this patchwork mania they put together has to do with how many of the wrestlers live in close proximity to the performance center.
Right.
I'm assuming Rhea Ripley still lives down there because she, is NXT, like an Austin Theory.
Okay.
Even
No,
the
only
Street
for Amber.
Profits,
Only for Amber.
still
Amber.
in NXT,
Amber.
so they probably live in that Orlando area, and maybe Braun lives in that area as well. I think they were just trying to pull people that were close and trying to make this thing work. So I think that might be what the thought process is.
As you said, and as I know, and most people know as well, nothing that I said, I'm not scooping you about anything. Most of the wrestlers do live here in the Tampa, Orlando area. So the majority of them can show up, can do their jobs the way they should do their jobs. And I'm ready for that. So what we know so far, right? This is typically Friday. This is the WrestleMania Friday that right now, no one should be watching us. No one should be listening to us. We should be in Tampa at Wale Mania, at whatever local strip club, because that's all Tampa Bay has. There's a bunch of strip clubs. My man Dice Man out there. We should get him up into the a karaoke bar. I was ready. He was supposed to be coming to WrestleMania, his first WrestleMania. I was excited. He's a karaoke guy. He said, "Make sure you get your karaoke right." And I said, "I got it. Whatever Bobby Brown is, I'm here. If it's Bobby Brown, I know the words." All right.
Nice.
So
Nice.
no karaoke, no Wale Mania. You got the best damn show on radio networks, Perfect Plex Start Radio, brought to you by thechairshot.com, hashtag use your head. So we're talking Mania. And tomorrow, here's the thing about doing a pre-show for Mania, right? Is we have no fucking idea the card setup. We don't know what's Saturday. We don't know what's Sunday. Let's be real. Do you think there's a pre-show? Hell yes, there's a pre-show. Will there be wrestling bets on the pre-show? We hope not.
One thing that I can tell you, what that is on the cards is you're definitely going to have the WWE title match on one night, the Universal title match on one night, John Cena and Bray Wyatt on one night, and then you're gonna have the tag titles also, be tittle title between the two. That much we do know, because they're not gonna put all the title matches on one night and all the undercard on another night. Makes no sense.
And from a business aspect, I think it's actually kind of smart that they haven't leaked the card, because if you guys have noticed, they've really been pimping
Been pimping since been pimping because pimping ain't easy. I'm sorry. I had a Godfather moment. Pimpin' ain't easy, man. That's one of the best. Listen, most underrated fucking WrestleMania entries of all time is Ice-T with Godfather. Pimpin' ain't easy. And it opened up the WrestleMania card, by the way, okay? Just so you'll know. All right.
I can smoke a bag of that.
You know what? Listen. So let's go ahead and get into what we can try to get into, and just give you our thoughts and our opinions about what's going to actually happen on the card. All right. So let's start from the top to the bottom, because we here. No, we're not. We're going to start at the bottom, because that's where we're going to keep King Corbin, because Hugo hates King Corbin. So we got King Corbin versus Elias.
Oh yeah.
So, my thought is, I love Elias. I loved Elias from the beginning of me seeing Elias back in NXT, coming on up. He still has not, because it's the WWE, right? We know that. They don't push certain people that the fans like immediately. You have to hate them, WWE, that's fans, that is. And then WWE say, okay, we'll do it, right? So Elias is still that mid-card hoverer, right? We don't know if he's a great wrestler or a great pro. We don't know what the fuck Elias is, because they don't let him do anything too long. But we do know they love Corbin. I've been a fan of Baron Corbin since the beginning of the inception of Baron Corbin. I'm still a Baron Corbin guy. I'm even more of a King Corbin guy. I'm going to say this much right here, right now. Take it down, take a picture. I don't give a fuck. King Corbin wins this match at WrestleMania. Your take on this one, Chris. Who wins this match?
It's got to be King Corbin. Before the whole world turned into Shawshank Redemption, I was of the belief that at some particular point in time this year, Corbin was going to have a title run anyway.
Right.
So, yeah, he's not going to lose this match. I mean, he's a heat magnet. I love Corbin. I love the fact that he gets heat, and he's not trying to be like the cool heel. He gets legitimate ass heat, and I feel like that's something that's been missing in wrestling for years now.
Wrestling?
So, yeah, he's
wrestling?
Wrestling.
Okay,
Wrestling.
So who's a bigger heel right now? King Corbin or that dude from AEW, MJF?
MJF, bro. Come on.
Nope.
Yeah.
Nope.
Come
Nope. Nope. You're both are wrong. On this show right here, on this show, And a WrestleMania weekend, I'm gonna keep it real like I've kept it real for 10 damn years, over 2,000 fucking episodes, you 50 episode peons. Okay? Check it out.
Hashtag he's a WWE mark.
Hey, I'm a wrestling mark. That's not, okay, I'm a WWE mark. Okay, so what? Listen, okay? But no.
MJF flipped off a special needs kid, man, at an autograph signing.
I love MJF. I love MJF, but here's what makes a heel and what today's wrestling fans, let's not be a millennial wrestling fan, okay? Because I know you two are millennials, and I know I'm not. I'm not a baby boomer either. I'm Generation X, okay? Like DMX, you know what I'm saying? Who wants to get stuck up? I will stick you up in this pandemic. Don't come around me. I'm broke, okay? However, okay, who gets more heat? Here's what people understand. A heel is someone who is most hated. That's point blank, period, end of the discussion. It's not about who's more popular, who the company's getting over more. It's who's hated more. At some point, you'd have thought,
see, back in the 90s and the 80s, bro. It's a brand new day.
What?
Get that through your mind.
What mind? What mind?
Listen.
What?
A face and a heel.
Did you just take out your earbuds? You took out your earbuds? Okay, they're back in. They're in. Okay, they're in. So you can hear me clearly. Okay, let me say this to you. It's not at some point, Cena was the biggest face and the biggest heel in the company. Okay? Right. Because he was hated so much. That wasn't the 90s. That was 2015. Is Corbin not the most hated person in professional wrestling?
No.
I actually think Vince McMahon is the most hated person.
Okay, but we're not talking about Vince. You know what?
By his own employees, he's the most hated.
You know what? You know what? Hugo, who wins the match? Since y'all don't want to agree with me, which never happens anyway. I'm always by myself on an island. Who wins the match, Corbin or Elias?
For this match, to be honest with you, I think they both are terrible.
What?
You know I hate Corbin.
What?
I hate Elias.
Wow.
I really don't care. And in fact, you know what? After what I saw last week, I don't think this match is going to happen anyway. But if I'm going to go ahead and choose a winner, I'm going to go, I don't know, I'll go with Corbin just because he's a bigger star than Elias.
I'm sorry. Last time I checked, nobody's carrying Elias to the ring. Okay? They carry Corbin to the ring. Okay, that's fine. You don't have to agree to disagree because there's nothing to agree about. That's your opinion. This is what makes wrestling fans really unique. He likes somebody I don't like, and we can move on and disagree and say, you're retarded. Okay? No, and I apologize to those who
I don't know if we can say that in 2020, though, Mike.
That's why I was saying. Well, you supposed to caught me before I said it, Chris. Okay? So I apologize for using that derogatory term, and I apologize. But clearly, some wrestling fans are slow.
No, Mike, I apologize. Clearly, I have to be a mind reader on this, Melon Farmer, and that's my bad. That's my bad.
You know what?
I'm fucking up. My bad.
Mike, shout out to someone in your chat right now, Scotty Diggs. He says that MJF has a purpose.
What's his fucking purpose? To piss off Cody Rhodes?
Corbin also got the machine behind him, man. I'm not saying. I'm just saying. That's a big difference.
That's all you need. All right, you know what?
How MJF right now is portrayed on AEW as perhaps he could be probably the second best heel right now in AEW. I think you guys could agree with me right now.
I agree with that. I'm not disagreeing with that.
Hold on. I guarantee you that if you put MJF in a WWE environment, he would be 100 times hated more than King Corbin. King Corbin would be a pimple on a donkey's ass compared to MJF.
Hey, don't use my words. That's gimmick infringement. And you see, I'm mimicking that I'm mimicking that gif or that meme right now, right? Use your brain. What's that black guy with the mustache with the 80s, with the 60s porn man stash, right? Check it out. You just said, and I'm gonna use your words, okay? You just said if the machine was behind MJF, the machine is behind MJF. His name is The Miz.
Yeah, come on.
And I love The Miz, don't get me wrong, but MJF and The Miz, plus MJF is like, what, 23 years old? He's a baby.
Exactly.
He's this good at 23 years old. He's
like
only going to get better.
Like Chris was saying, you don't see him going against special kids. The Miz never did against special needs kids. MJF is a straight up heel for doing that.
Now listen, I saw Brock Lesnar throw Zach Gowen down the stairs. He had one leg. Nothing beats that. Okay, moving on. We also got what we just saw on SmackDown. Bray Wyatt versus John Cena, and technically, right? We got keep it in the means of being a media. We are the media. You see the Fox Sports logo. It's not just there. They may not like me. I may not agree with everybody at Fox Sports. They may not agree with me. And the opinions and thoughts and words that are said on this program are solely belonging to those said individuals, and it does not express the direct descent of Fox Sports Radio 1340 AM, Hopewell, Virginia. However, I'm gonna say this shit. Cena technically didn't accept the challenge. I just saw SmackDown. We just watched it together. He said what he said. Didn't get his hands to finish it. The Fiend came out. We didn't even see the shit because it cut off. Right? So we don't know the Miz over MJF. Duh. Okay, King Von Gier.
It's Von saying it. He's a Dallas Cowboys fan.
Yeah, it doesn't even matter. All right. Leave that disclaimer, Knoxxx. I just left it, okay? So Cena versus Bray Wyatt. To me, this match is huge. I'm mad this match. Okay, I'm gonna from here on out not say I'm mad about something not happening because it's what's going on in the world with the pandemic. Okay, it is happening. I would have loved to have seen this match in person. This Bray Wyatt Fire Funhouse match. What is that? Last time we saw Bray Wyatt have a special kind of match at WrestleMania. Hugo and I was there, and it didn't go over too well. That was the maggots in the ring with him versus Orton at WrestleMania 35, 33, 34? I don't remember. Whatever.
34.
Was it 34? I thought it was 33.
Whatever.
Because Randy had the sperm follow him to the ring and all that weird shit. It was
okay. Yeah. Whatever you said. Those who out there who are listening, you know what it is. All right. At that WrestleMania, it didn't go over too well for Bray Wyatt, but I think it can and will go over for him. And like later on, we'll talk about Taker versus AJ. I think it'll be good because it has been recorded. It can be the kings of the media, the kings of the production, which is the WWE. I'm excited for this match. And this is why I don't understand why people don't like John Cena. Listen to John Cena's promo that he just cut on SmackDown. He looks in the camera. John Cena has always kept it kayfabe, if you will, with a little bit of the fourth wall thrown in there. You know what I mean? Like, he keeps it kayfabe, but he'll tell you, he'll break that fourth wall, a la Deadpool, if you will, for those who are just, hate John Cena. In this match, however, I'm going to take Bray Wyatt because Bray should have won the first time when he faced John Cena, the first time at WrestleMania, when he had that super great entrance with the band singing his song. Chris, who are you taking in this match? I'm taking Bray Wyatt. It has to be Bray Wyatt.
Theoretically, it has to be Bray Wyatt. With this card and everything that's going on, I think that the WWE, just typical WWE booking, they're going to lean heavily on faces getting wins. But this one, I kind of got to go with Bray on this as well. If I'm Cena, I'm a little pissy right now because it's like, yo, I only agreed to do this shit because Raymond James is right down the street from the crib.
Right.
WTF, yeah. And I love Cena too, by the way. I do have to throw that out there. Just to piss off Mike, I have to make a comparison that I know is going to piss him off. John Cena is the LeBron James of professional wrestling, meaning we're not going to realize either one's greatness until they're actually far removed from what they do.
I respect LeBron James now. 6 rings, Sean! That's all that matters! 6 rings! Undefeated! Never lost!
Did you see that 2008 Cavaliers team that LeBron drugged to the finals by himself?
Okay,
it was him and a bottle of Jack Daniels.
Since you're new to the program here on the BDSR networks, 2,000 episodes plus cheap pop, but it's not. I'm gonna let you know something. That LeBron James team wasn't a weak ass team as everybody wants to have you make believe that it was. Okay.
You forgot I'm from
no,
Cleveland.
I haven't. Listen. And I'm sorry. Last time I checked, Hugo, you're newly married. Have you ever told your wife, "Hey, baby, let's go to Cleveland for vacation"?
No.
Exactly.
You're kind of proving my point, though.
Okay. Well, no, I'm proving my own point by saying y'all so slow, you didn't even know what you had. Okay. Look at the NBA back then. It wasn't great. It wasn't super. For what LeBron had, LeBron took a championship. I'm not saying LeBron without LeBron. No, they'd have been they'd have been what you said they were. But they were. And we're talking wrestling now. So
that Pistons team that he beat and ended that dynasty, that team wasn't strong. They have 5 All-Stars, 3 or 4 legitimate Hall of Famers, and next town Larry Brown, who's a Hall of Fame caliber coach as well.
I did say LeBron dunked his way to the finals, and that's when I became a LeBron James fan, watching that conference championship game, watching him dunk his way to the finals. Bray Wyatt wins this match. Tell me why.
because he needs the win, and Cena doesn't need the win. It's Cena. Cena is bulletproof at this point, and Bray Wyatt needs to rebound from that Goldberg fiasco, which I think is the right call. But he got to rebound.
Well, here's my thing with the Goldberg fiasco. It was for a purpose, which got ruined because of the pandemic.
Yeah, no, I think Goldberg was definitely the right call because Roman Reigns was Bill Goldberg on the billboard.
Right.
That's marquee. Yeah.
Okay. Huggo, when's this match?
You know what? I thought about something that just to bring up a point that you said that you think some of these matches are going to be live, and I was going to say this is probably going to be one of those matches that were live. However, I just realized we're at a stay-at-home order that Governor DeSantis did, so there's not going to be absolutely no way it's going to be live. So because of that, I was going to say John Cena just because it would have been live and all of that. But now going back again and retracting, I think it'll be Bray Wyatt. If the event would have been live and they still went ahead with the card that is going through with crowd, John Cena would have won because is it at the end of his career? Is it time that he's going to hang up the boots? He has been saying most likely he's going to go and retire. Perhaps. I don't know. I think John Cena has one more WrestleMania left on him. I think it'll be next year to finally hang up his boots. I think if this year, since it was in the backyard of his, I thought John Cena would have said, okay, my last WWE match, I'm hanging it up and that's it. But because of the whole pandemic thing, I think they'll obviously do. He'll stay for one more year.
I'm
going to go with Bray Wyatt. I'm going to go with Bray Wyatt just because of the fact that this whole pandemic is fucked everything over up. And B, as you guys said, definitely Bray Wyatt does need the win. So.
Hugo, you have been a fan of this show and been a member of this show from quite some time. Have I not taught you anything? John Cena ain't going no damn where. This wasn't.
That dude's movie career has been booming. The dude is now.
I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that. Okay, call.
He's gonna be leaving like the Rock, Mike.
Okay, call me my children when I say this. Okay, and it's okay. Pat on the back, Barry Horowitz. John Cena, what he said to The Rock is what he meant. I will never leave this company. And if this company needs me, I will show up. And what I know from this company, from watching Hogan's Knows Best, that bastard ass racist. I said it, those, and I still love Hogan from the 80s, but you know, okay. I watched Hogan Knows Best, and I watched him tell his kids that he signed a 10-year deal with the WWE at that point. And that if he was to perish this earth, his children were in the contract to finish out the 10-year contract. John Cena will be called on and called upon to wrestle at a WrestleMania whenever Vincent Kennedy McMahon decides to call that motherfucker and say, I need you. That's my opinion.
I think he called him last year.
It's easy to say that when you start getting that until you start getting that franchise or that Fast and Furious franchise money. I think Cena, now to be fair, I think Cena still got another 4 or 5 Mania matches in him. I think we'll still see him for the.
But it has to be what a special attraction, kind of like
of course,
kind of like the things.
Of course,
he might just say, you know what, fuck this. I got Hollywood behind me. I'm gonna go.
Never. If anybody had a stepdaddy, Vince McMahon is John Cena's stepdaddy. Okay, he showed him how to get money. He changed his suits. John Cena is little Vincent Kennedy McMahon. Moving on, we have the number one title in the company, the WWE Heavyweight Championship of the world. Okay, we have the match that for wrestling fans, it's a shame that Drew McIntyre will not get this match the way it should happen. This is what he deserves. This is one of the matches that, okay, we look at WrestleMania and go, they should have canceled WrestleMania for a match like this because from one man band, I'm sorry, let me go back a little further because Hugo being a fan of the show and those who listen to the show going back also follows on YouTube at youtube.com/thegame. That's THAV1. I had the Chosen One t-shirt. I always have been a Drew McIntyre fan. I believe, to me, I watch wrestling for myself and what I've known from watching wrestling since the 70s. And I listen to my wife, who's a woman who knows more than any man possible, that will say, oh, he has the look of a champion. Drew McIntyre looks like $1 million. This is supposed to be his $1 million WrestleMania. I still think he beats Brock Lesnar. I know that's crazy to even think, but Because Brock's that guy who's never lost. And when you thought he should lose, he doesn't lose. When you think he should win, he wins. I'm taking Drew McIntyre all day to win this match against Brock Lesnar, Chris.
First off, shout out to my man Scotty Diggs, hashtag Team LeBron. But
Boo.
this one is rough. This one is rough because it was, totally setting up for McIntyre for him to have his triumphant WrestleMania moment. And the thing is, if they don't pull the trigger, you run the risk of having Braun Strowman 2.0. You know what I mean? When there was a time where Braun was hot as fish grease, and they probably should have put the belt on him. And see
well, let's say chicken grease. I made chicken today, so chicken grease. How did chicken grease?
All right, chicken grease, fair enough. And then he kind of lost steam from there. So I wonder if they don't put the title on Drew, if that's going to happen with him. But I could also see a scenario where they want to wait until we could conceivably get some people in the stadium to go batshit when he actually wins it. But you know what? I'm gonna go Brock, man. You going? Just to be a contrarian. I'll be contrary just to be a contrarian. I'm gonna go. Yeah.
Anything's better than you saying devil's advocate for the 5th time this show, so that's fine. Hugo, who you got in this show?
I really want to say Drew McIntyre, and
then say it. Then say it. A one-man band. Say it. Say it.
With this whole thing that's happening around and everything is so messed up, I'm going to go with Brock Lesnar. I think Drew will get his moment. He'll get it at a live crowd. How he deserves it, and he'll get it at a live crowd. So I'm going to go with Brock Lesnar.
You know what? I think you're both are right, as I say.
In fact, you know what? No, I'll give you one. Drew will win the match. He'll win it by disqualification.
Oh, that's even worse. If we were on Blog Talk Radio where y'all can listen to every 2,000 episodes, I would same with Wiki you right now for saying that. Okay, because that
unfortunate, but
that very well may happen.
Drew win. That's a way for you to have Drew win. Still keep him strong, and then have him win later at a later.
You know what? I'm gonna call a swerve because I feel like saying swerve like I was fabulous or something. Fabolous, not the way Carmella spelled it. Oh no, Mella is money. Paul Heyman turns on Brock Lesnar. We've been calling for it for 3 years. Fuck it, I'm calling it right now. He goes with Drew McIntyre. He's the next big thing, not Brock Lesnar. I'm calling it right now. King Von Jr. on the Twitter, go ahead and tweet that shit the fuck out. Then we got the match that I've been dying to see. This was going to be the match I thought, if you will, would still WrestleMania anyway. Chris said on previous show that this would be the match to even open up Mania. I opened that up to a dialogue. Other people say it can't be the match that opens up Mania. It's a 2-night. I still say with Chris, something has to open up and it has to be hot. And the tag team title match, because it's a ladder match which typically opens up Mania, cannot be the match to open up Mania. I'm going with Chris. This has to be the match to open up Mania. And then this match, come on. Huh?
Money in the Bank did open up, and I think two years in a row. So a ladder match could definitely open up the card, and it would be great.
Very well, it could. It absolutely could. But I'm going to go with Chris's prediction of start off a 2-night show by having two of the greatest of all time, one Hall of Famer, one future Hall of Famer, in this match. As Hugo left the party, Hugo just disappeared. Okay, Hugo just left. Live on camera. Thanks, Hugo. For those who are listening, you don't know. Yeah, on audio they don't know that, but on video, that man just left the party. Can I just quickly say this is a no-brainer? We all say Edge wins this match. Did anybody disagree that Edge wins this match?
Oh no, most definitely. And I'm good. Yeah, and I'm doubling down, man. This has to be the show or the match that pops you off because people are ready to shit on this Mania anyway. So you got to do something to hook them. And then once you hook them, you hooked them and you got them. You know what I mean? You got to start like this. Like, I'm a huge music fan, man, and how artists start albums, that's a big deal, man. Like, you go back to Thriller. What's the first song off Thriller? You Want to Be Starting Something. That sets the table. It sets the tone. Mama say, Mama saba makusa. You know what I mean? That you got to hit them hard, and you got to hit them fast. You got to hit them quick to hook them for the 2-night Mania. And this has to be the match. And there's no way in the 80s that Edge is going to lose.
When we're done off the air, actually, I'm going to hit her fast and hit her quick. So I like that.
But this has to be, this match actually probably benefits the most out of any other match on this card without an audience because they can get very creative with what they do in this last man standing match. And there is precedent in this sort of thing. We talked about it on the last show. the Boiler Room Brawl in Cleveland, 216, the original halftime heat in 1999. So they do this well, and I have no doubt that they're going to do this well as well.
Here you go.
You think that instead of having a false count anywhere? Right? Is it false count anywhere? Or last man
no holds barred.
It should have been a false count anywhere though.
Hold please, I'll let you know momentarily. Keep talking.
Okay, but it's supposed to be a no holds barred match.
Mike, I'm gonna go with Edge. I mean, there's no. You guys pretty much said everything else.
You know what? For the fans out there that are thinking, "Oh, Edge misses his return to WrestleMania," Edge got his return at the Royal Rumble, and I saw it. You saw it. We all seen it. Edge had tears in his eyes, and it brought tears to my eyes watching that to see. I don't think nobody but wrestling fans and wrestlers who actually participate in the squared circle can actually tell you the feeling of a crowd. I will never Barry Horowitz myself and say that anything I've ever done in the squared circle was anything like these guys do. But watching and being in a ring and seeing I think it was maybe like 150 people at the Kahunaville in Delaware, Wilmington, Delaware, when I had my first match, compares to a WrestleMania. But watching Edge come out at Royal Rumble, to me, set the stage for Edge. And that was the comeback. And unfortunately, yes, it is sad that he cannot have a Mania with the crowd. But I think he does get this match. I think that this match continues at SummerSlam, Chris.
I agree. And for the record, this is a last man standing match.
Last man standing. So there you go, Hugo. You got your wish. You got your wish. We all going with Edge in that one. So next brings us to Kevin Owens. If you can't see my shirt, there it is. All right. I was mad last year, although not too mad, because I wanted my KO Mania 3 shirt, which I couldn't get because Kofi Mania happened. But there's a KO Mania 4 shirt that's out right now against the Seth Rollins. I mean, he is the end all to be all. He is the poster boy minus Roman Reigns for the company. He has continuously held the title. Always. He's another member, a 2/3 member of the Shield. He is going into this match not a champion, not a tag team champion, not a champion at all. But I think these two guys can still, honestly, they could steal the show.
They could, because, these are two guys that cut their teeth on the indies. And I'm sure they probably performed in a Cahonesville or wherever that was that you were
Kahuna.
So, they're not guys that grew up in that WWE system. They cut their teeth on the indies, so they know how it is to perform in front of, nearly nobody. One thing that we do know, and I'm speculating because Kevin Owens quite a few times on Raw during his promo mentioned that this match was happening on Saturday. So I think it's a safe bet to say that we know that this is the one match that we know that is actually going to be on Saturday. And this has actually been a pretty well-built feud. They've been going back and forth for a while now, and it does have the opportunity to steal the show. I'm going to go... I'm going babyface-centric here just because of everything that's going on. So I'm going to say KO finds a way to win this as well, especially since Aquaman and Razor aren't going to be there.
Okay, Hugo.
Seth Rollins.
Does the baby feel when you say Seth Rollins? You know what? I'm also saying Seth Rollins in this just because it's Seth Rollins and it's just what the company does, and they let Seth do what Seth wants to do. And
you said him and Roman Reigns are the poster boys of the WWE. I love Kevin Owens. I think we all can come in agreement that we think Kevin Owens is great. Just not against Seth Rollins. He's the poster boy. He's going to go out on top. He's going to be the Monday Night Messiah for months to come.
I agree. I like the Monday Night Messiah thing. Anybody else ever notice, or not? Of course you have because you're wrestling fans, and we we break apart everything. Every AEW shirt has been a mock of a WWE shirt. Has anybody noticed that? Sammy Guevaro's shirt is exactly the same as the Monday Night Messiah shirt.
Is it really? I gotta check it out.
Exactly the same. It's exactly the same. Moving on to his girlfriend, who JR, not my words, in JR's words, Jim Ross, he knows more than I would ever know, says, your girlfriend's more over than you are. And we talked about this as well, Chris, on the other show as well. And I like to reiterate things so those who are new listeners for the first time can hear this is what I'm saying, so you can say that, you heard this first. I was a Becky Lynch fan, not a Becky Lynch the Man fan. I have been on Shayna Baszler since day 3. I won't say day one, because when I first seen her, I said, she's a reject of Ronda Rousey's crew. Oh, they're just giving it to her because she's Ronda Rousey. Then I started watching her matches, and I think she is really, really good inside the ring. And I mean that. I don't mean just what she does in the squared circle. To me, a good wrestler is someone who pays attention to the details. That's being a pro wrestler. That's knowing where the ring ropes are. That's rolling out in time. That's talking trash at the right moments. That's selling the right way. I think Shayna Baszler does all of that very well. Another match that I believe is hard to call because it's the no crowd factor. I would love personally to see Shayna Baszler win, but it's going to be Becky Lynch. Who you got in this one, Chris?
I love Shayna, and this one is tough again because of the no crowd factor. I feel like that's going to be the general theme of this entire show, but I'm going to stick with Shayna just because I don't know where else you go with a Becky Lynch title run. Maybe you get it off of her, and then we have a redemption story coming up. And I love the way that Shayna works. She works like an actual prize fighter. Like she's trying to win an actual fight. And I know it's not everybody's cup of tea. Some people think it's boring.
I love it.
I personally love it.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is her moment right
now. You
guys
don't feel like Shayna's too much of a Ronda Rousey-esque? I'm not saying like Ronda Rousey, just Ronda Rousey-esque. Doesn't it have the same feeling to you with how this one builds up to
well, you know how I felt about Shayna Baszler. I mean, about Becky Lynch. I mean, shit, I said two names wrong. About Ronda Rousey. I think in certain aspects, and I think Ronda Rousey can't lose in that squared circle. I think, but where, as I said before, Carmella is not good in the ring wrestling. But I think Carmella has everything else. I think Shayna Baszler has that over Ronda. I think Shayna is a professional wrestler, while Ronda loved wrestling and tried out professional wrestling. Yeah. I love everything Shayna Baszler does, and I think Shayna should win this match because I would love to see where they go from here. Okay, and like I said last year, Becky Lynch didn't deserve to be in that title match, and she was there. So I think she should lose this year. That's just me. In that one,
yeah, and you know what? It's been a year, and I remember this last year. We had this conversation. I think it was a pre-show, or maybe even the post-show. I can't remember, but
we have so many shows.
We were talking about that. Ronda Rousey was already people were getting sick and tired of Ronda Rousey.
Yeah,
and then everyone was saying, "Oh, it's Becky Lynch's time." It's a 180 now. I'm sick and tired of Becky Lynch. I think her course has come to an end. Mm-hmm. Kind of like Ronda Rousey last year.
Yep.
Same thing. We had a good year of Becky Lynch, and it's time for Becky Lynch to finally go right off in the sunset. Come back later on.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go with Shayna Baszler as well, man, because it's time for Becky. I mean, that ship has sailed already. It's already become.
Well, so you're going with Shayna though. I'm going with Becky to win. It's Mania, but my heart is for Shayna.
I'm going with Shayna.
And that one. Shayna. And Chris, you gave us yours. You said Becky Lynch, correct?
He said Shayna.
No.
You said Shayna.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So then we're going to the Boneyard match, which I didn't care two shits about. Okay. You can put 2 chains in there. You can put 2 guns in there. You can put Tommy guns in there. I don't care. I didn't care about this match until Monday. And I thought that the promo cut by The Undertaker, the production of WWE, sold me 100%. Chris said he doesn't think it's the American Badass. He thinks it's the third iteration of The Undertaker, a mixture of the two. I don't care.
Hybrid. Yeah, it's a hybrid.
We're talking about this match that's been pre-recorded, like the Boiler Room Brawl was pre-recorded. Let's be real here, guys. It's a hard match still to pick because it's still Mania. It's still Taker, right? Although AJ Styles should win this match on every front. And for every fan that's out there saying that they don't want to see The Undertaker and they don't want to see another older guy and they don't want this and they're tired of this and they're bitching about this and they're too old for this. Wrestling does not exist without legends. It will never exist without legends. Wrestling cannot be what it is without legends. Past, present, and future. That should be the acronym for pro wrestling. It's about the past, the present, and the future. The past is both of these guys. The present is not The Undertaker, it's AJ Styles. The future because you have to say present, which gives us tomorrow, is the future is still AJ Styles. AJ Styles will not win this match, though. It will be Undertaker, Chris.
Yeah, nice little swerve. Yeah, real nice swerve there.
Did someone say swerve?
Yes, I said swerve.
Y'all don't know how bad I got to use the bathroom right now. We're live on air, so I'm not going to go. But go ahead.
Yo, I'm with you too, man. I got this shit. I'm holding on for dear life, bro. But no, I agree, man. The way that this build has been, man, everything points to AJ should win it. But it's Mania, it's right. Taker, and this new iteration of Taker, which I have affectionately dubbed Wave Cap Taker. I'm digging it. I think Taker. Now, Taker said something very interesting, though, in that promo that I don't know if you guys picked up on. He said that he was bringing, what was it, like 3 stages of hell with him or something? Because he was alluding to bring Anderson and Gallows because I got something for that ass.
Okay.
Now, you know, maybe his brother Kane shows up there. I don't know. He might be. He might, no. Let me finish. Like, he might be too busy maying. You know what I mean? So he's probably maying right now. So. But maybe because it is pre-produced, maybe we get different iterations of Taker. Like maybe we got Biker Taker out there. Maybe we get
God. Good call. Good call. If we was on Perfect Plex Talk Radio on Bill Talk Radio, I would give you an applause sound effect, and I'm gonna give it to you live. That's a good call, and we're gonna see that. When we see that, it was right here first. Like they took my WrestleMania in your house and they made search for it 24 hours after I said it. That's what's gonna happen. We're gonna see 3 different Takers Saturday or Sunday. We don't know which day it is.
That, but you know what? How about, because obviously, I mean, how are you going to be able to see 3 different Takers? Yes, we know that it's pre-saved. However, how can you do that realistically, right?
Easy.
How about who brought out the best of the Undertaker out? Maybe his enemies have now become his allies.
That's too much. Right? That's too much people in a social distance. It's too many people in a social distancing.
But I'm saying, I'm just putting it out there. You know, maybe, you know, it'd be cool. Like if you were to bring, all right, so you know what, you want to bring these goons out. I'm going to go ahead and, you know, bring out something from my past, and then he brings out someone like Kane or Mick Foley or something like that. That's actually a pretty good idea. That would have been something good to do. But now, with that being said, AJ Styles definitely does deserve to win this match just because he is the present, he is the future. I agree with you, Mike. So you know what? I'm going to go with AJ Styles, and I'm going to tell you the reason why. Taker's already lost 2 times at WrestleMania. Don't matter if he loses a third. He's a special attraction. He's still going to come back. He's still going to be loved. You know, the hardcore fans who come out and say that watching AEW and all of that are saying, oh, The Undertaker's too old. I don't want to see The Undertaker. It don't matter. The Undertaker has already lost twice. He could lose a third time. AJ Styles is the perfect guy for him to lose. Why? A, Undertaker chose him to fight him at this WrestleMania. And
okay.
B, it's AJ freaking Styles.
It could be the red wine. Who else did he lose to at Mania? I know we all know Brock Lesnar. Who else did he lose to? I'm just trying to remember my memory.
Reigns.
He did lose to Roman. Right. We saw that one. We saw that one live. Okay. And that crowd did not like that. That's when we thought he was hanging up. Oh, he didn't leave his boots, so he didn't retire. It's just a hat and a coat. It don't count. Okay.
He didn't wrestle the year after that. So people did think he already retired because of that.
Right.
And then I think Bray happened or something like that. I don't remember.
No, it was the Cena build.
Yeah.
Cena, yeah. They squashed Cena in like 10 seconds.
Thanks, King Vaughn. Next up is the tag team match, which has the Street Profits versus whoever Selena Vega brings out, because we don't really care who she brings out, because as long as we get to see Selena, I don't care what you say. I care about that match because Selena Vega will have on something scrumptious to look at. Okay, and my wife is about 50 feet away, and she may make me have to work extra hard to make it quick and hard tonight. But either way, Selena Vega will be on my television screen against, to me, okay, the real rendition of Eddie Guerrero, okay, and Garza. And yeah, I when I look at him, again, I watch wrestling. I've always told you guys I watch wrestling with a different set of eyes than you guys do. I will reiterate beautiful Bobby Eaton. I will reiterate hot stuff Eddie Gilbert. I will reiterate Barry Windham. I would, to be modern for some of you old people, I will say the Macho Man. I will go a little more current, and I will say Triple H. I will continue to go current, and I will say Randy Orton. Those are a few guys that are not just technicians in the ring. They are extremely diverse and very well educated in what they know about professional wrestling. And I think Garza has that. When you see him, he pays attention to every single detail in that ring, and I love it. The tag team partner, I don't know too much about there, Chris.
Neither do I, man. They basically just pulled the warm body out. It was like, oh, he's still here. Let's get him. That's basically what they did. So, yeah, obviously the Street Profits aren't going to lose this to a makeshift tag team that just came together like 15 seconds ago. Or I'll give them 6 minutes ago. All
right, so we all say Street Profits win this match. They're going to go through the crowd with no one there. So
yeah, they probably will.
Yeah, if you look at Raw when he jumped to the top rope and old boy didn't catch him, he said, "My back, my neck, and my back." Okay, those are things that Montez does that makes Montez different than the next guy. All right, then we have the SmackDown Women's Title. We have, I'm sorry, a moment of silence. Fluff LeMay Young herself, Naomi, taking on Lacey Evans. Hey! We want some Bailey! Sasha Banks, if you didn't just see SmackDown, I suggest you go back and watch it in that old blue outfit she had on with that blue hair. Oh, yeah. Then Tamina.
And things were thinking, too. I probably shouldn't have said that, but I did. My cried 2 tears in the bucket. Fuck it. But Sasha had the things thinking tonight, y'all.
Listen.
Alexa Bliss on this match?
Nope. I am saying here, right now, the best friends don't become best friends, and Sasha Banks gets that title back. Give me Sasha Banks to win. And if they were in Orlando, guess what? They are in Orlando. Last time they had a women's title match in Orlando, Naomi won. The difference is that Naomi ain't did shit in 5 months, 6 months, 7 months, hell, a year. Give me Sasha Banks to win the title at WrestleMania Performance Center.
Yeah, it's kind of hard to argue, Sasha, although they've done a good job of throwing some red herrings out there. They've done a good job to try to make Tamina look formidable the past couple of weeks, and then Bailey came in when Naomi was getting ready to win and cost her the match, so now you think, okay, maybe they'll go there. But yeah, I'm going to go Sasha here as well. I think it's time.
Hugo, you change your mind there? You going with Sasha?
No, I go with Bailey.
You going with Bailey? That's because you like her in them tights she had on tonight, huh?
I actually don't like her at all, man. I'm going with Bailey.
Yeah, people say she looks sexier with the haircut. I disagree. Give me the ponytail back. That's just me.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Really? I'm here for the let me speak to your manager haircut.
I like that. I like the girl. I just want her to take off. I just always thought she should take off her headband the way Hogan would do the shake. Like, once she ripped the headband off, no one could beat her, and then she would, you know what I mean? I thought that's what Bailey should have done. Just take a break in thing for a second, as you see the description of the picture on the screen there, guys. Rob Gronkowski hosting WrestleMania. This is the part about WrestleMania Performance Center. We're going to say it's going to be trash. I like Gronk, but to host WrestleMania? What the fuck are you gonna say?
And on top of that, an empty stadium.
An empty stadium.
Empty whatever arena.
If anything, you could have canceled. If anything, you could have said, "Here, keep the check. Don't come to work." Should have been Rob Gronkowski hosting WrestleMania Performance Center.
You know what? I have to amend a previous statement that I made. I said that the Randy Orton Edge match was the one, situation that would benefit from an empty arena.
Yeah.
I actually think Rock hosting would also benefit from an empty arena because he would have got booed out the building because he tried too hard.
Yeah,
he's trying way too hard.
He definitely tries way too hard in that. Next
He
up.
He signed with WWE.
Yeah,
right?
he's signed. He's signed. He is definitely signed.
He's going to wrestle. Wow.
We have the ladder match that previous reports told us The Miz was not a part of. As of tonight on SmackDown, The Miz still is a part of this tag team match, this 3-man tag team ladder match, which gives you one of the best tag teams of all time, the Usos, in my opinion, the best tag team in the last 10 years. People want to say that it's them boys from our Ring of Honor. They want to say it's the Young Bucks from AEW, the Elite. I'm going to go on record and say it's the Usos. They have given us very different renditions of their characters. This new rendition the wordplay with the Usos Penitentiary and how they go back and forth. I'm sorry, there's nothing better than the Usos as a tag team in wrestling. They're brothers, for heaven's sakes. Other than Matt and Jax, Matt and the Young Bucks, excuse me, themselves, who are family members. And I've always thought that family members are the best tag teams in wrestling because they've been around each other their entire lives doing this. I'm taking the Usos in this match over Miz and Morrison, over the New Day. If I don't see Xavier Woods, I'm going to be disappointed. That's just me. We know you can't wrestle. Can you show the fuck up? Can you do that? You're doing WWE backstage. Can you fucking show to come to WrestleMania? Can you come out with your crew? Can I see something special? Can I see you do anything but not be on my television screen? Give me Usos, Chris.
Usos? But this being said, could you see a scenario where Big E or Kofi come out and they've got their MacBook or their laptop and Xavier is Skyping in, playing the trombone on their way to the ring? Like, that's some shit they would do, right?
Listen, the fact that Kofi threw out pancakes to an empty arena last week, anything is possible. Okay.
That being said, man, when in doubt, send them home happy. I think the New Day wins here just because it's empty arena.
Can you really say that? Send them home happy? No one's there.
But it's a feel-good moment. A babyface team wins. They still think there's some tread on the tire with the New Day. I think the act is played out, but I think they're going to win this one.
As long as they're still selling merch, then the act's not old. And we know that's the mantra of the WB. Hugo, who you got in this one? We're both picking Usos. Miz and Morrison retains. Okay. Women's tag title. Again, word got to us earlier this week that Asuka was not a part of this match. They have yet to confirm that Asuka's not in the match. So as of right now, it's the Kabuki Warriors versus the Dolph Ziggler of professional women's wrestling, which is Alexa Bliss, and her tag team partner. I'm taking the Kabuki Warriors in the winners match there, Chris.
Again, man, send them home happy, man. I think this is a win for the baby faces, for Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross.
It's so weird talking about Alexa Bliss being still a babyface.
Yeah, she's such a great heel.
She's
such a great heel,
man. She's a heel. With that being said, I'm gonna go with Chris. Also, I'm gonna go with Alexa Bliss and Nikki Cross.
All right, a match that's filling the card that previously would have been on the pre-show, but it's not. Aleister Black taking on Mr. Blacked. That is Bobby Lashley. Okay.
AKA Lexington Steel.
Lexington Steel. Bobby Lashley taking on Aleister Black. It's a no-brainer, guys, what it is. The company likes Aleister Black. He might be the new taker. We've seen new takers come before, named Mordecai, who didn't last. They've tried. I think they finally found one in Aleister Black, being that mystical creature that can, although we still have Bray Wyatt in the Fiend that still exists, we still get some of that with Aleister Black, I believe. I'm taking Aleister Black to win this. Anybody disagree with Aleister Black winning this match?
No, the only thing I disagree with is, are we sure this match is going on? Because wasn't Lexington quarantined for a minute because he was over in South Africa for some weird reason?
Yeah.
Again, they have not let us know. We're talking about what we do know to be booked.
Well, you know what? On Raw, they mentioned the match. But on SmackDown, they did not.
Notice that, and I did repeat that. So, moving on from there, we have, to me, the greatest women's wrestler of all time, Charlotte Flair, taking on Rhea Ripley.
Excuse me?
Taking on... You say it, I'm not going to say it.
All right, I'll say it. The delicious Rhea Ripley.
Her face looks like a man from off a mannequin.
Oh, get out of here. Get out of here. She's oddly attractive. I'll give you that. She's oddly attractive. But come on, man.
If you like your women to spit and smoke cigarettes and try to piss standing up, then you're a fan of Rhea Ripley.
That didn't make it jump at all for you. At all. I'm not gonna lie, it moved a little bit, man. It didn't go from 6 to 12, but it moved a little bit when you said all of that.
Okay, whatever. Yeah. I mean, I like her as a performer. I just don't think she's aesthetically pleasing. But neither is Charlotte, so who knows? But this is for the NXT Women's Championship because Charlotte Flair, the greatest women's wrestler of all time, won the Royal Rumble. She chose what title she wanted to go for. She's going back to NXT where it all began. She wins this title because she started Flair at WrestleMania. Enough said. Anybody disagree?
Yeah, man. Of course, Rhea Ripley's gonna win this.
What?
Match.
Of course? Of course? Of course?
Did I stutter?
We have a little bit of lag because we're going through Facebook and a bunch of other streaming devices. So maybe you did, but Rhea Ripley wins this match for real?
For real.
Okay.
I mean, what's the purpose? I mean, it'd be different if we knew for a fact that they were going to be doing shows after April 9th, which I believe is the last shows they have taped. And maybe you want to pop a rating with having Charlotte on NXT for a little bit. But since that's probably not a possibility and nobody's going to be watching right now anyway, there's no reason to take the title off for Rhea Ripley whatsoever.
All right.
Makes sense. I'll go with Rhea Ripley too then. I like that. I didn't even think about that.
Yeah, there's no reason. Might as well, rock it out until she goes up to the main roster when we get back to some semblance of normal and maybe we can run it back somewhere down the line.
I don't like that. I am not enjoying that. I don't like it because anybody who goes against Charlotte Flair goes against me. And going against Mike Knoxxx is not a smart thing to do. That's all I'm saying. I know what I'm talking about. Okay? She's the greatest women's wrestler of all time! It's really simple. Why would you go against Charlotte Flair? What? What'd you say about Charlotte?
No, I never said anything bad about her.
Okay, I'm going to say hold your tongue. You hold your tongue.
I said that doesn't mean win every single time.
She didn't win last year's WrestleMania.
And she didn't even continue winning.
She didn't lose, though.
Technically, she did lose.
Not the greatest woman of all time.
Technically, she did lose the match because she didn't win the title. So, ergo, she lost the match.
Fine. She didn't take the fall.
Yeah, she didn't lose. She just lost. That makes sense in my head. I know it doesn't make saying it out loud. I hear how ridiculous it sounds, but it made sense in my head.
As long as you knew how ridiculous it sounded was all I cared about. Okay? That's all I cared about. Now, other matches which were not worth me putting up a graphic for. Okay? Otis versus Dolph Ziggler and Mandy Rose probably in his corner. We saw SmackDown tonight. There's somebody else out there that's showing the truth about what's happening. I love that iteration of it. I think that was pretty decent. Does Otis win his first WrestleMania match?
Yeah, he will. He's over.
Otis is over.
He will. And I feel bad. He's another guy I feel bad for because that crowd, he would have been over like Rover in front of that WrestleMania crowd, and this would have been a really huge moment for him. But yeah, man, we're gonna make him happy. They're gonna win. He's gonna win.
All right, we got Sami Zayn versus Daniel Bryan Intercontinental Championship.
DB all the way.
I'll go with Sami Zayn. Daniel Bryan doesn't need to get a title. I think he's gonna go into a tag title program with Drew Gulak. So.
I think he wins the match, and that causes the rip between him and Drew Gulak, and that starts the rivalry between him and Drew Gulak for the Intercontinental title. That's where I'm going with that one. So as of right now, the matches that are on the card that we've talked about them all, picked up for all of them is Otis versus Ziggler, the Kabuki Warriors versus Alexa Bliss, Sami Zayn versus Daniel Bryan, Edge versus Orton, Elias versus Corbin, Black versus Blacked, Bobby Lashley. The Street Profits versus Austin Theory and Angel Garza. Miz and Morrison, New Day versus the Usos. Kevin Owens and Seth Rollins. Taker, AJ. Bailey, Lacey Evans, Naomi, Sasha Banks. Tamia. John Cena, The Fiend. Becky versus Shayna Baszler. Goldberg versus Braun is now being recorded. We even talk about that winner. We will not talk about that winner because we don't know exactly what happened because keeping it kayfabe, they haven't told us what's happening also. Brock Lesnar versus Drew McIntyre and Rhea Ripley versus Charlotte, the greatest women of wrestler of all time, Flair. That's so far the card for WrestleMania, guys. I'm not too completely disappointed in that. What about you guys? I'm here for this. I'm here for the smoke.
Well, I think they're going to have, apparently as of yesterday, they're going to have Bryan Alvarez versus Ryan Satin on the pre-show, which, frankly, I don't care for either one of them. You could throw both them motherfuckers in the Snickers hole as far as I'm concerned, but, that's just my take.
I also think the pre-show would give us a match that we don't need to see again. It's nothing wrong with seeing it again because I've seen Shawn Michaels take on Triple H so many times in brutal matches. Watching Ciampa versus Gargano again might be something that should be thrown. That might be thrown there as well.
Ciampa didn't get hurt. I could have sworn he got injured 2 or 3 weeks ago.
As of NXT on Wednesday night, they didn't speak on that.
Okay.
So as of Wednesday night, that they're still showing that storyline, whether it takes place at Mania or the pre-show, is still to be up for debate. But with that being said, guys, we gave you everything we have to give you tonight. We gave you our pre-show, our winners, our losers. We'll be back tomorrow before WrestleMania. Actually, we will not be back tomorrow before WrestleMania because we already kind of discussed all that. So we'll be back is on Sunday at 5 o'clock to give you our review of night 1, our preview of night 2 from what's left on that card, and give it to you the best way we can give it to you. Right to your head, like thechairshot.com. Make sure you use your head. Fox Sports Radio 96.9 FM and Fox Radio 1340 AM, Hopewell, Virginia. And as always, Perfectplex Talk Radio listed right here on the BDSRnetworks.com. Brought to you by yours truly, Mike Knoxxx. Listen, you can find Hugo on Twitter and Instagram at Hugo Ruda. You can find the real CP Platt on Twitter as well. And yours truly, you already know, Mike Knoxxx on wherever social media is sold, which is everywhere, which is absolutely free. So with that being said, guys, we are out of here. We'll see you guys in 48 hours. Have a good WrestleMania weekend. We're here for a good WrestleMania weekend. And we'll talk about our favorite WrestleMania matches of all time as well, all right? So with that being said, as I always say, I will never stop saying it because it's what was true to my heart. Do not wake up tomorrow morning and say to yourself, I love me some me. And don't love God. We're out of here, y'all. Peace.